What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Excuse me, I don't have my mobile keyboard, so I only have my mouse, so this is going to be a little bit difficult. I hope you guys and gal out there, because there's probably only like one or two females that watch this channel, are safe and are doing well. So I ran across this story and I just was like, yo, this is insane. And what I wanted to do originally was make a compilation of the people voting for Mandami just to see how stupid they were, just so we can get a little shits and giggles out of it before I start this video with the main subject. Just see how insane these people are. These chickens for KFC types. Soon as it loads up one day. Any day. It's taking its time.
I voted for Mamdani.
Do you feel like socialism would work in New York City?
No, not necessarily.
I mean, we got to get a laugh in somewhere because this is going to get kind of dark. This is going to get kind of dark. All right, let's get it. So Jennifer Coffin Dagger says, so you rape, sodomize, use instruments while raping, and strangulate a girl, leaving her near death, and you are out and about. How? It's called the deal with the DA made quite a deal with this devil named Jesse Butler. Everything was pled down to verbally nothing. Butler was charged as a child, not as an adult. Butler is no child. Butler pled nolo, no time behind bars. As long as he kept his nose clean, his record would be expunged. Now, a lot of people, make mistakes as children and they get that kind of thing, they get that kind of deal, and I don't mind it as long as it's not some shit like, I don't know, raping multiple fucking people and using instruments to sexually assault them and rape them. I think that there's levels to this shit. There are certain things that you don't negotiate on. That's just my 2 cents. Butler's I don't know if I read this already, but Butler's initial charges included 2 attempted rapes, 3 charges of rape by instruct to mention, I think that's how you say it, 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and 1 count of domestic assault and battery. The deal this DA struck is reprehensible. He is a monster and he will strike again. The DA and judge should be held responsible. Who will be his next victim? And the Leos in this treating him with kid gloves. Unbelievable. Again, what about the victims? Predators don't change. They just get older. And I mean, this is pretty much just like that kid in the Bronx who he had a rap album, or this wannabe rapper, and he basically named named himself the Church of Labubu, but spelled backwards, and then he sacrificed the fucking cat. Put that motherfucker behind bars for a long time. That is a sick individual right there. Anyway, but yeah, he sacrificed the cat, and uploaded it online or some shit like this, and then like the thing is, he was like, oh, it was just a joke or whatever the shit. You fucking killed an animal. And then you see where this kid lives, and on his walls he sprays a bunch of graffiti on white walls. It's like, no, you're fucking crazy. And lives like that. You're fucking crazy. Anyway, let's look at the video.
Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what?
They're in the car.
Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
absolutely batshit insane. It's always been kind of amazing. Like, I wouldn't use the word amazing. Yeah, it's been kind of amazing when you watch these fucking parents or you watch these failures of mothers who will sit there. Don't. Hey. There's a father in the equation. Don't think I'm gonna let this motherfucker free. Because usually I say, "Where's the father?" when there's no father in the picture and a mother fails. No. This is a two-head household. And the reason why he's getting away with a lot of this shit is because of his fucking daddy. Not only is his mother a piece of shit who sits there and allows this kind of thing and has probably coddled him throughout all of his fucking bullshit, but his daddy's the reason why he got the plea deal in the first place. Don't worry, I'll get on him too. Anyway, the fact of the matter that she's sitting here side by side, or whenever you see any type of fucking individual, like any, a girlfriend or a wife sit there by the side of a husband who allows his children to fucking melt in a fucking car during a summer day while he sits there, steals, even though he has no business, he has no need to steal from a store when they have plenty of money, play video games and watch porn while his 3-year-old daughter or 3-month daughter, I can't really remember, fucking dies from from heat inside of a car during a summer day. And these women stick by these people. Or you have these, for example, and I'm gonna say it, when you got these black families and you find out this kid is a fucking menace to the neighborhood, and then you look at his household and you find these women, longhouse style, I love that word now, longhouse style, talking about he a good kid, we give him everything he wants, he would never do these things. And that's exactly why he's doing these things, is because he has no real structure. He's not getting the structure from a man in the equation. He's not getting the structure properly from women in the equation. So he's gonna run the streets, but in this case right here, this kid has both a mother and a father, and it's just crazy. I wouldn't even know what to do if I was a parent and my kid done raped 3 fucking people, broke somebody's fucking neck, and was using instruments to rape them. Oh man, nah, take him. You
know we're doing this. So, yeah. I'll get you out. For me? All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Okay.
Stay strong, say your prayers. To a literal fucking monster. Y'all be thinking I be joking when I be out here, and I'll literally sit there and say there's absolutely nothing that any group has done that is bad that no other group has done that is bad. Meaning, I try my very best not to sit there and point to one group, because I feel like as though every group has trash pieces. And again, if for those of you that don't know, trash pieces is like when you're trying to marinate some steak and you got to cut it up, or you're trying to make some chicken or whatever like that, and you want to season it or whatever like that. You're preparing it and you get these pieces that you know damn well you don't want to eat. The pieces that are close to the fiber or whatever like that. You go, fuck it, I don't even want that whole piece. That whole piece is not consumable for a human. If you have a pet, a trash piece would be the piece that you throw to your animal, right? The animal will eat it, right? Your pet will eat it, right? They don't give a fuck. They crazy like that. Trash pieces come in all colors, come in all sizes. It comes from all walks of life. You can be extremely poor. You can be extremely rich. You can be brown. You can be white. You can be yellow. You can be black. You can be any of these goddamn things, and there's criminals. This is actually fucking crazy, because it's sad, because typically when you have a two-head household, this kind of shit is not a thing. Or at least you would think that they would negate this, but
So he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do.
Yeah.
Make sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not county.
Yeah.
Water Police Department. On Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them know that we're the ones that think about.
And when we say we are
Stillwater PD.
Stillwater PD. Okay.
That way they don't think you went like straight over and go with the county.
Positive experience for the child.
Okay, now just break your feet for me.
That's Jeff. See you in a bit.
I love how they put the female officer in front. Jonas is a normal person, but Jonas is only attracted to 12-year-olds. You know, it's actually kind of crazy because you would think, oh, damn, well, they're arresting him because they probably found out more things about the case or some shit like this. I don't know how it works. No, they arrested him because in his deal, he had to keep his nose clean. You want to know why he's going right now into getting processed? Is because he actually broke the direct orders of violating God damn it, what is the word for it? He violated the thing that he was supposed to do. So basically, the restraining order or whatever the fuck it was, he basically went. He did what he wasn't supposed to do. So yes, he's absolutely going to continue doing these fucking things. 3 different women. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. The way he's being babied is sickening. Where is the girl's father? Actually, 2 girls. I'm sure their fathers are livid. A serial rapist walks free. Where's the outcry? Let's keep shouting. There you go. How old was he when he committed the crime? Just wondering, as if under 18 here in Canada, they won't even release names nor let us know anything. Many heinous crimes lately from other age, we will never know who they are. 17, but they originally charged him as an adult. Actually, you know what? So yeah, so we got that there, but I want to pull up it from here because there was something interesting that I saw. I saw the pictures of the judge. I'll get you out. She's the problem. Absolutely. You can tell she has built him out of everything for his entire life. Life in prison, what he deserved, but what he got the exact opposite. If convicted, death penalty. Rape is not tolerated. He was convicted. He avoided all jail time. An Oklahoma teen who was facing nearly 80. He was nearly facing 80 years, dropped to nothing. Who was facing nearly 80 years behind bars after being convicted of raping and assaulting 2 high school girlfriends, has dodged prison altogether under a shocking sweetheart plea deal, sparking outrage among victims' parents and lawmakers. Jesse Mack Butler, 18, avoided jail time last week over a spate of sick attacks on 2 16-year-old girls in Stillwater in early 2024, including one that left the victim close to death after being choked unconscious. Those are the judges. There we go. These are the 2 judges who let this monster walk free. Arrest and fire them immediately. Special Judge Susan Workington and Judge Jesse Stone. Now, I just need to sit here and say, what the actual fuck? Holy shit! That's insane! It's not funny. Shut up. Why are you laughing? I ain't laughing. What is wrong with you people? Holy. Yo. This person is built like a Minecraft character. How do you allow? What is that? Gotta be a joke. Yo, hold on. I am so sorry if this is gonna take some time. Hold on. Hold on. I am checking to see if this is a real person. Hold on. This guy, they gotta be trolling. Oh, it's not. She's absolutely mad. Oh, she shouldn't even be walking. Hold on, let me see if I can send this proper without messing this up. Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. How do I? What is it? Oh man, you know what? Never mind. You look it up yourselves. Oh, there's your judges. There's your judges. And it goes to show you, it has absolutely, again, nothing to do with where you come from. Nothing to do. Well, I mean, it has a little bit to do with where you come from, because if you have connections, you have connections. In this case, this boy's well protected and he has connections. His daddy and his mama has connections. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. This footage should have never been released, and Alika should be arrested. He already served his time for his crime and has been rehabilitated. Now, this is now a personal vendetta. Hold on. What's the chances that this account was made like a year or 2 years ago? Something's wrong with this. Who did I mute? Jake Shields. Okay. I don't know. I'm very suspect when someone says rage baiting stupid low effort shit like that, because we ran into too many accounts, especially from groypers, where they will pose as somebody that they're not. Like, remember that girl? Who was that girl that the groypers was sock puppeting accounting? And it was, I forgot what the girl's name was. What they said, it was something Goldman, something, but it was a girl on Facebook, and they were basically sitting there using this girl's likeness and her image while pushing, anti-male, anti-American, certain shit like that. And they got caught. Like, somebody did some sleuthing and caught them. When I see something like this, something, I don't know, something's just wrong with this. I don't know, something's just really wrong with this. Anyway, I don't know. It's not to sit there and say that there's not some fucking Jewish people that are out there that are fucking demonic, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if that's a sock puppet account. This is totally unacceptable. A lot of people are upset after learning that the teenager pleaded no contest to several counts of rape or strangulation, only to get off scot-free. Butler was charged as a youthful offender after two victims reported that he sexually assaulted them repeatedly and threatened to hurt them if they told anybody what happened. He avoided jail time last week over the sick attacks on two 16-year-old girls in Stillwater. That included one girl who was left close to death after being choked unconscious. Butler recently entered a no contest plea on 11 felony charges. My man caught 11 felony charges, and he's just out, including attempted first-degree rape, strangulation. Okay. The first victim revealed that Butler repeatedly raped her and choked her when she tried to refuse during their 3-month relationship. She had to undergo surgery to repair damage to her neck after being choked. Man, I don't condone violence, but if their father would have found that boy and beat the shot of him and his daddy in front of his mama, talk about, we're going to get you out, I understand. I understand. Especially after all that, I understand. Court filings show Butler was originally charged as an adult in March. It soon changed to him being prosecuted as a youthful offender for rape, sexual battery, and domestic assault, and battery by strangulation. The Oklahoma teen, who was facing nearly 80 years behind bars, dodged prison altogether under a plea deal. Jesse Mack Butler, the son of a prominent local sports court, this is the connection. Jesse Mack Butler, the son of a prominent local sports coach, switched his plea deal to no contest after a judge approved the deal. Instead of being in prison, he will now be faced a sentence and just 1 year of rehabilitation and community service. You read that correctly. Yep, there it is. Because boy, do they love them football. Is it football that he plays? He looks like he belongs in football. Oh, he's a baseball star. Whatever. Who gives a shit? I'd also be interested to know if his father's still coaching. Disgraceful family. They had a hand in getting him off jail free. That makes them almost as guilty and a safety hazard for women going forward too, in my opinion. I hope he doesn't coach women. I mean, is it surprising? Is it surprising? Again, this, when people be sitting there and they be like, "Oh, it's the rich. The rich are evil," and if you're rich, you should hate the fucking poor. And it's like, I've always sat there and be like, no, the ones you should hate is the elites. Because the elites, at no matter what, are always going to have their hands in your pocket. They don't need to be super rich, but they'll never be poor. And while they're playing both sides, they're always going to have each other at each other's throats. That's just how it is. They can change the rules. They can bend laws. They can make laws on a whim. It's crazy. These young offender programs are being abused. Some kids know crime will fall off their records when they turn 18. Some judges use it too often. I say it's time we need to revise it and use it for nonviolent crimes like theft. There you go. There you go. Exactly what I said. Fucking rape? Rape? I remember when I originally had my first channel on YouTube, and it was these two black girls in Washington, D.C. during the riots. And they jumped inside of a Middle Eastern man's car. This dude was an older individual, probably Muslim, but he was working an honest job working for Uber. And these two girls got in the car and they tried to hijack the car, right? Rob the car, whatever the fuck it was. And one girl, I believe, had a taser, and another girl. So you have one girl in the front, one girl in the back, of course. The girl in the front had a taser and was tasering this guy, and he was halfway out the car. And I remember this video because I covered it. I remember this whole thing because I covered it. And the saddest thing about this is he wasn't alone. It wasn't like it was in the middle of the night. He was literally 4 blocks away from the White House when this was happening. And I forgot what this man's name was. But again, he was an Uber driver. I believe he was the breadwinner of the family. You know, came to America, doing the thing. And I remember they tased him and he was halfway out the car, and the girl in the back was screaming for the girl in the front to put her foot on the ignition to drive while he's halfway out the door. They drove this man halfway out the door, about halfway down the street, and his body slammed into a light pole while he was still stuck halfway out the door. And the door, you can see the door slam on his body. They drive a little bit further down the road, and that is a T-shaped section. I don't know how to properly what the proper is a T-shaped intersection or whatever the fuck it is. And the car hits the curb and it flips. And at the end of the T-shaped intersection, it's a wall, and just think of a bunch of bars that form a gate. I'm guessing like a parking lot of something or something. The car flips, his body slams into the thing, and the two girls get out of the car. And while the two girls are getting out of the car, some people were saying that they could see that he was slightly moving. Personally, in my eyes, the man was gone. But the girls who did this, we're talking about, one of the girls was sitting there going, because, you know, after, I guess, the security started showing up and then soldiers started showing up, the girls were sitting there talking about, one of the girls was sitting there talking about, my phone, I got to get my phone. There's a man dying or dead by your actions. You care more about that fucking phone. So when it comes down to, oh, let's take it off your record, it depends on what the fuck they do. Mind you, by the way, everybody was in agreement that those two girls should at least do some real hard fucking time. But then you had your fucking struggle baby enjoyers, you know, come forward and talking about some, oh, you only, well, trying to say to other people that were upset about this. And this was way before the Groypers got their hand into people's view on blacks or anything like this, or any of the races had any type of steam before. You know, this was before, because believe it or not, 4 years ago, the whole, and I don't even think it's organic, but the whole thing is that when a black person did something fucking terrible, you didn't get all of this fucking crazy fucking hate that you get now. Or whenever there's another group that does something bad, all of that fucking extra hate that you get from these accounts that I guess maybe they weren't so organized before, maybe they didn't show who they were or who they followed properly, because easily the second that I see a stupid ass comment like that Jewish person, if that account is even real, I check to see who they're following. if I see that they're following certain red flag accounts, right? And it's easy to tell for me because I block them immediately. Like certain accounts offer nothing to fucking humanity whatsoever. So when I see these accounts and then I see somebody saying something and then I look at who they're following and I go, yeah, I see what you're doing. You're being disingenuous and you're pretending to be the voice of reason. When you see somebody who's talking about some, oh, well, you haven't looked at what Nick Fuentes says. Maybe you should give it a chance. He deserves to be listened to. And then I see on your fucking follower list, you follow 4 different pages that keeps up to date with Nick Fuentes. You're a fucking groiper pretending maybe that you're not, or maybe you're not pretending because they're getting bolder. But a lot of them, they love to gaslight people. But again, I have absolutely no problem with a kid being charged as a fucking adult for doing a violent fucking crime. That's just me. But yeah, you had this one fucking woman who sat there and she I believe she was black or whatever the fuck, just an ignorant type. And again, a trash piece, right? A trash piece of the black race. And she's sitting there and she's talking about some, oh, what you must hate black women and the typical but your mama black type stupid shit that black men go through when it comes down to dealing with black ignorant women. And basically, oh, so you think that just because these babies made a mistake that their entire life should be over? And I'm like, yes, yes. We need to start somewhere to fix this shit. Anyway, and then I basically exposed her for being a racist because her post absolutely showed that she would never have that same type of energy if it was a white child defending them the way that they're doing. And then the craziest thing is she had another one of her stink ass friends jump into the conversation and they doctored a fucking thing saying I was banned off of fucking Twitter at one point. And they tried to label me as a pedophile, right? And the funny thing is I got banned off of Twitter for a little while because I showed an image and everyone's seen this fucking image, right? Where Joe Biden was going on his fucking tyrannical spree, the Biden administration, where you could not say nothing about COVID. You could not say nothing about how no one likes Joe Biden. You could not make fun of the fact that Joe Biden is going around sniffing fucking women. There's a fucking image of Joe Biden sniffing a woman, and she got this fucking face. Like her eyes are just wide open, like, hello? Right? It's the funniest shit. And I had that picture on Twitter. As somebody who was a lefty, I remember it clear because I know exactly when it happened and how it happened. They were talking shit. They couldn't take the fucking heat, like many of them can't take the fucking heat. And they reported it, and I got in trouble because, again, this was during the time of Twitter, where Twitter was being ran by leftists, radical leftists, who had control of most forms of media, and their whole entire job, as forced by the FBI or the Biden administration, was to suppress anybody who was center or right leaning completely. Not far right, right, center right, slightly right, center right, or in the center. Their whole thing, or dissenters. Their whole thing was you could not speak bad about Joe Biden. And that is a big reason why on YouTube they got rid of the dislike button, was because a lot of videos show that Joe Biden's whole thing was inorganic. Anyway, I've spoken long enough. I think that this is absolutely fucking disgusting. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I don't know. Ladies, what would you do if your fucking kid was a 2-time fucking champion rapist? Like, what the fuck would you do? Would you be sitting there talking about some pray through this? I don't know, man. Man, I don't know. And also, for the fucking father, what a piece of, he wasn't even in the video, and I just look at him like he's just a straight piece of shit. Honestly, you failed, dog. Or is this how you taught your son? Like what? Cause man, I could only, anyway. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. He was raised believing rules don't apply to him. Yeah. Be a winner, son, no matter what. I could only imagine that's what his dad taught him. How does someone with such a long list of victims get to avoid jail? Victims need to do a civil lawsuit. Take any money he ever hopes to earn or inherit. He might have gotten off no jail time, but there's sure are other ways of reminding him of what he has done and how wrong it is. Sue his parents too if you can. Criminal court and civil court too. The mother's reaction, the words to her son after hearing why is beyond me. Why do you go out and be praying? Why we'll get you out and be praying for you. Really? What about the girls he raped? No accountability in his home. Dad's too busy with sports, and the mom has enabled this kid to think this way. Listen, I'm not religious, and so you may sit there and think that this is just blasphemy for what I'm saying. It does bother me greatly when I hear people who are supposedly God fearing using God, and I literally see it as a fucking crutch to be wicked. This mother's wicked and using, and it's not surprising because most devils are in the church. I would know because I was among a bunch of families who were demons in disguise. Some of them literally owned churches, or just about, or was connected directly to owning a church. Anyway, like I said, that's the end of the video. Catch you guys next time. Later.